Yo guys, how you doing? I'm doing pretty fantastic today. Got game 3 out of this best of 3 series. If you want to watch the first couple, there's other videos on them. If you don't, no biggie. You're gonna see we had the choice Ruiner Village, but we're gonna straight up skip them because the correct option is to meet your partner and send them an embassy on turn 4. We also, just get like this village is just so ridiculously far from our capital. We should never be capturing this on turn 5, but here we are. It does feel a little concerning though. We're playing a grand game, go big or go home. Because look, the Imperius in the west is capturing a city. The Hoodrick in the east is capturing a city. And here I am, stuck in the middle with no cities. At least not yet. But turn 5, we're going to go ahead and pick up, those cities before we take an explorer here, which is going to go west, chase all that fog over there. It's going to help us meet Imperius. We're going to get 5 stars from them. And it's also going to help us out in picking up this lighthouse, which they don't even have vision on. Crazy stuff. Before we end the turn with another warrior on our capital, we need to keep all the units we can around here, because again, it's a really dangerous thing we're doing. We're not taking an explorer here because it's not guaranteed to meet Hoodrick, and by any means we can just go ahead and meet him for more stars the next turn, just by walking our warrior in. We are going to take an explorer up here in the northeast, just to see whatever's going on in Hoodrick's terrain, and yeah, this gets vision on, all their city tiles. So really solid. We're going to chop for a rider because we have to keep the unit spam going. So, as I was talking about, I'm scared of this guy pushing into me in the east with archers, and this guy pushing into me in the west with riders. But, defender, and this guy's archers are actually occupied, trying to take this city away from Viking. Viking's position is rough, where he's locked in on only one city. But Viking is going to be able to use the fact he only has one city to go ahead and pick up some roads in the future. And as soon as I see this defender, I know I can bully this man. You might be asking, if you saw the first couple of games, how are you bullying him? Like, isn't this what they did to control space that, worked really effectively? You got some really solid long games from it. Well, not so much here because they are split. And yeah, a rider here, a warrior here could have kicked me off this ruin. But yeah, my female warrior is going to survive here instead. We got this rider with a kill, which we're going to go ahead and centralize. And we're going to go ahead because we can get away with this 5-health warrior. Take an archer kill in the east. They get another kill with this warrior up here. So I'm going to decide on my turn, after getting mathematics ruined, that I'm going to go ahead and pick up the kill with this rider, and then roads upgrade, not just for the upgrade, but to re-centralize this rider. Get all your kills on, the same couple of units, and then centralize them as much as possible. We're going to take advantage of the fact that, yeah, they got more defenders. We can go ahead and drop this 5-health rider down on this ruin, and they have nothing they can do about it. Imperius is picking up mathematics, so that's pretty concerning, troubling even. And then we get a border grove here. But the first player to giant is actually poor Viking with only one city down south. We get a nice veteran swordsman taking advantage of the fact that they had all the defenders who could punish us. And now we've got this rider. Yeah, the centralized U2F3, but it wasn't our only one. We have another veteran over here. We're going to pick up a cloak to try to punish them for getting border growth here. But they pick up roads after the, sawmill, and they're able to do this. They had a cloak earlier. They really wanted to get it on this city, but Viking's not letting that happen. Not letting it get anywhere near him. So they're kind of just going to desperado it here. And I look at this position, and I say, Viking, shoot this archer once, and we've won the game. And he goes ahead and he shoots it for me, of course. We're going to go ahead and sacrifice this warrior so that we can clear that tile. We're going to go ahead and use this warrior so that the rider can get in. And we're going to go ahead, yep, that's another veteran rider siege, 2 turns in a row, before we go ahead and pick up another kill and siege over here. So he is blocking, but we're going to go ahead, push the cloak into range here, use the stars from this to get the road over here so that we can get all the units we need to siege over in the east. So an absolutely disgusting last turn. Like, Vikings got markets set up too. Or I should say market singular, because the city's never going to get one. But with the, sieges and funneling everything into our Imperius here, we were actually able to win the tournament, which means the $20 is ours. Chat, what should we spend it on? Sound off in the comments.